Okay.
Is the camera able?
Carry on.
Is the camera able to catch it?
Sure.
All right, this is Ian's third and final exhibition of this year. He's going to be presenting all of his work completed, and we're going to be here celebrating his progress.
Now, just to warn you, I'm really bad at presenting things while talking in front of people because I don't like talking in front of people. So just bear with me. I'll probably be really choppy when I talk. I get nervous. This is my welcome to my trimester 3 exhibition.
Your name is, I'm sorry?
You know my name.
I know.
My name's Ian, okay?
Nice to meet you, Ian.
Nice to meet you too, Nathan. Alright, so I'm gonna pass around my agenda for you. There's a rubric in front of you. Everyone should have gotten a rubric. It's just to fill out, so I don't know. I can always improve on my presentation skills. It's just for me to know what to do better next time. Hopefully, I can only one more.
This is a screenshot of one of the laptops you use, right?
What's that?
This is a screenshot of one of the laptops you use, right?
Yes.
Oh, parkour.
You didn't?
You don't know what that is? That's just the
Title page.
That's just the title page. So throughout this exhibition, I'm going to be explaining my learning plan. Well, I'm not really going to explain my learning plan. I'm just going to pass it around for you guys to look at. I'm going to explain what we've been doing in advisory. I'm going to explain my LTI, my independent project, and I will conclude. I'll also let you try mango salsa because I made some last night. It's a little spicy though, some jalapeno pepper in it. But and I'm going to be showing you how to julienne a pepper. And I'm sorry, I forgot to do this. I'm going to introduce people. This is my sister Taylor. That's Kyle, Nathan, Abby, my mom, my grandma, grandpa, my stepdad Tim, and my advisor John. So this trimester in advisory, we've been working pretty hard. We've been getting crammed with a lot of work this past month or so for exhibition prep. We've also been learning about current events such as North Korea, like Kim Jong-un, and we actually also watched the Bob Marley Life documentary, which we were supposed to see last year, but never did. That was probably like one of the awesomest things. I didn't catch on a lot of it because I was writing something as I was watching it, but it seemed really interesting from what I was getting with it. It showed like when he was a kid, where he was from and what part of Jamaica he was from, you know, and how he became famous. He started like a small town kind of reggae artist and then kind of moved up the ranks into a political figure into the United States, and went all the way up to his death, which he died of, not many people know this, is a common question, he died of toe cancer, and it spread up into his lungs and his brain. I'm going to move on to my LTI now. I have just finished my old LTI at Whitney Dining Hall in the University of Connecticut. It's on the east side. Just let me try to get it. My mentor, Jim Buell, he was my mentor this year, and he taught me a lot of skills, such as like knife skills, and like he taught me the ropes. He taught me how to like deal with decisions in the kitchen. It was some crazy stuff. But then when I left, I went to a restaurant called Chuck and Augie's, which is in the Student Union near Campbell, and it was a totally new experience because at a dining hall, you don't get orders, you just kind of make a bunch of food, so they eat it. But in a restaurant, you get tickets, and you get tickets thrown in and fast, and you have to know how to work really fast. And I've been working mainly on the salad station there. I've been working as a meal coach too, making like peanut butter pad thai, burgers, grilling stuff, you name it, stuff like that. Doing prep in the morning, a lot of cool stuff there. I started at Chuck and Augie's about a month ago, and my mentors at Chuck and Augie, their name is Kyle, Jen, and Anaudi, and we played Chopped once in a while. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Chopped, but Yeah. We played chopped against each other, and it's really fun. Like one time they gave me like a piece of salmon and a green apple, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. It was the worst I ever did.
What'd you do with it?
Yeah. It was horrible. That's, you know.
What did you do?
I caramelized the apples with cinnamon and made like a pepper sauce and put it over the salmon, and it was really bad. Well, it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad.
I heard it's the other way around.
What?
I heard just the other way around, it was a great success.
No. Well, they thought it was a great success, but I know they're, you know, lying to me because it's my first time. But, this is a picture of me at fucking Augie's. This is an Audi here. That's Kyle. Kyle actually worked with my uncle Jason and my
Really?
yeah, he worked in Jason's restaurant in Willimantic. And
That's awesome.
Tyler's not in this picture, but that's Chris Webber. We call him Webby. But he's funny. He kind of just cracks jokes.
Wait, what's the guy on the right's name?
Which guy? An Audi. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really he's
How do you
nice.
spell
Is
that?
he driving at me?
No.
An Audi.
He's from Puerto Rico.
That's all.
Yeah, so I pretty much just explained this slide and like the next one. I'm just like playing chop and have how I like adapt to a lot of speed and, you know, learn how to keep like I'm a really messy cook. Extremely messy cook, literally stuff scattered all over the kitchen. They kind of taught me how to not be like that anymore.
At Chuck and Augie's?
Yeah, you guys got to clean your station as you go, because if you don't, you're gonna end up with everything everywhere.
I think John had a question.
Yeah, I did. I would like you to spend a little bit more time on Chuck and Auggie. You seem like you're just zipping right through it.
Sure, yeah, I'm doing that.
The transition between the two, you kind of hinted at that. It's really, you're cooking in both, but they're really two different worlds. So I'd like you to explain how you adapted, or impressions, and what challenges you faced, and how you overcame them. Just take us through that process a little bit more.
Well,
if you're not going to.
Sure. I can talk really fast when I'm nervous, so.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Don't be nervous.
Yeah.
We know you all.
But,
That's right.
yeah, when I changed LTIs, it was really weird because I thought it wasn't gonna be that much different. But I've been told it was gonna be very different because at the dining hall, I worked with a chef there that worked at Chuck and Augie's for a while. And she said it's really different, it's a really small kitchen and on the line, and you really gotta know, you gotta get out of people's way when they say get out of the way. You use the word behind you a lot,
Yeah.
hot behind you, and that's like vocabulary, like you sleep and that's just goes through your head all
So
night.
there's code
Yeah.
words, code language, like?
There's
It's like
there's
4 for golf.
yeah. Yeah, they say that. They swear at each other. It's pretty funny. But when I first got there, they put me on the line on the first day, and I thought because in the restaurant business, there's not a lot of prep to do, because you know you just cut up two peppers and you're fine for the whole day. Because especially this time of year, it's summer, the college kids aren't in school, so we don't have a lot of rush right now. But what they did is I kind of just worked salads like the first day, but it was so crazy because we have a screen here. It's like a computer screen, and the tickets come up onto the screen, and it says make this, this, and it has like each ticket is one table, and if it has like 4 things on it, you gotta get 4 plates out. You gotta work really fast. Or else they'll complain because you're not working fast enough or something.
Excuse me, Tim, while he's talking about this, could you go back to the picture of?
Yeah, I'll explain that. Yeah, so this is the screen I was talking about right here. Right above the microwave and above my head. This is the stove right here. You can't really see it with the char grill. The charcoal grill's right there. And
Is it actually charcoal or yeah?
it's gas, but that's just people call
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah. We have a flat top too, but we don't use it. It's covered with tin foil because no one really likes flat tops. But
The flat top, like the flat pizza top? Like
yeah,
the-
flat top grill.
People use that all the time in the union.
Yeah, it's because it's such a big area. They gotta make a lot
Yeah.
for it. But there's another screen down there. I don't know if you can see it for Webby. He's the panini guy, and it comes up and he makes the paninis. There's a panini press right there. A handle can always lift it up. You put a sandwich in and you press it down. And for the middle line cooks with the stoves pile, the tickets just kind of come up right there. And the ticket thing is kind of cool because there's like marble balls up there and it's really weak, so you can kind of just go pooch and it just sticks up there and it rips out really fast. You can just put it up there,
What does it do?
the thing that holds the tickets when you put it up.
Yeah.
It has like marbles. There's like marbles inside of it, so when you push the paper up, it kind of just rolls it up there. Yeah, it's really cool. The kitchen gets really hot though. Like the day it was like 90 degrees, it got really hot because the person who built this restaurant had no idea what he was doing. So, and that's what the chefs say, because there's no ventilation systems or anything, so it's really like, it's really hot.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. Are you allowed to keep like drinks and stuff back there with you?
But, yeah, that's mine right there.
Okay.
Do you guys have a fan
I'm sure if you
festival?
need the pictures, probably.
But I was watching this video once about like kitchen temperatures, and I guess this is a Gordon Ramsay video, and when he first opened the restaurant, his restaurant, first night, it went up to 150 degrees in the kitchen.
Well, what's the social environment like? You said they're all swearing at each other. It's very hot and
Oh,
busy.
they- yeah.
But is it a positive environment?
Oh yeah, they all love each other because they've worked there for a long time. All the people are really nice.
I swear my friends.
There was this woman named Karen there, and she, her parents are from Ireland, so she kind of just like, she talks about her history and how she used to cook for Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson in the casinos and stuff. And how she kind of just got taught, like she was in a catering business, and she would, after one catering job, she would walk out of there with $3,000 in her pocket. And then she went here after, when she's close to retire, so she would just kind of chill out. But she's had a lot of experience. This is just a piece of cake for her, you know. But for me, it's very rushed. I mean, the best way to learn this kind of stuff is to throw yourself in the fire. Yes.
What feedback have you gotten from both Whitney and Chuck and Augie's on how you're doing?
I heard that Chuck and Augie said I was the best intern they ever had. I mean, I'm not sure if that's true though, but they told me about like some of their other interns, and one of the interns just kind of like made brownies and like watched them bake the whole time, and until they told her that she could do something else as they were baking or something. And yeah, I mean,
Is it Chuck and Augie's or at Whitney?
Whitney. I mean, not Whitney. Chuck and Augie. Sorry. Whitney. Whitney had an intern from this school actually when she was a senior. Megan, right? Megan Flanagan. Yeah. And I've heard great things about her, and I worked there. So, and she was actually like, she got a job there when she was 18 because you can't really get a job cooking in a restaurant until you're 18. But Jim told me I did good on my project, which I'll get to later, my LTI project. And, yeah.
Would you ever work there?
What's that?
Would you ever work there when you're 18?
Maybe like restaurant or something probably.
Open your own pizza place.
Now he's got to shoot higher than pizza.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we start with these. I guess more question about internship. So
Yeah.
it's actually twofold actually. So one is, as you look back over your year at Whitney, you came in and at the very beginning of the year, I was giving you advice like as an administrator, ask more questions, etc. Sounds like that's right. It sounds like you did take that to heart.
Yeah.
So how did you grow? How did you experience more success?
When I first went there, I was just kind of walking around like this, trying to like saying sorry to everyone if I was in their way, because I'm very humble. Like I don't like to, get in people's way when they're, bigger than me. So I just kind of. But when you told me that, I kind of like put my shoulders up, my chin up, and they just started listening to me more, I guess, or they started noticing me more. So they said, you do that, do this. They started giving me more jobs. I started asking more questions about how the restaurant works and how it was built and when it was built. And I've got some cool stories about how they think it's haunted or whatever. But yeah, it was funny. But yeah, it's a fun place to work.
Okay. I guess the part B of that question is, you grew in your cooking ability, recipes and prep, and et cetera. Is that correct?
Yeah. Before I started cooking with a professional chef, I would just kind of like cook at home or whatever. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just kind of experimented a lot, and a lot of it didn't come out good. So, but when I started working with Jim, he taught me how to how much portion you need to put together, how to double recipes, how to do all of that, how to chop quicker. Even though in a dining hall you don't need to chop quicker because it's just a bunch of food. You get in there early and just work.
Then you continue to develop what you put to Chuck and Augie's.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I got the speed from there.
Beautiful. So when you go back to Whitney, what's
Yeah.
that transition going to be like?
I'll probably be very fast. I'll probably be faster than most of them at first, and then I'll kind of get used to it again. Look, like you don't have to work that fast, or I might just stick with working fast.
So, are you going back to Whitney?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, are you doing?
I might do like half here at Whitney and then half here at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not sure.
Are you doing Chuck and Augie's this summer then?
Yes, I am. As my sister just said, if I'm doing that this summer, I am going to be at Chuck and Augie's this summer, except for 2 weeks, like in a couple weeks, I'm not gonna be in Connecticut, so, but, when I come back, I'll be working there, hopefully more days than Tuesday and Thursday. I hope to do like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, because, you know, I don't have a lot of school, there's no school, so I hope they get more experience. I'm really looking forward to it, because I'm gonna learn a lot this summer. Because there's not a lot of business in the summer. Well, there's a lot of business, there's just not a lot of people coming in as much, you know, other college kids, so. But the other day was cool, we had the UConn president come in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
She did?
yeah,
What'd she order?
a salad. I made it for her.
Did you really?
Did you cook for the
Yeah, they had to like inspect it.
That's pretty,
They had to make
that's
sure it
pretty
was
risky.
perfect. Yeah, they had to make sure it was perfect.
But it sounds like the summer downtime is almost more beneficial than the rush during the year, because you do get to experiment. You know, you get, I don't know what I would do if I
Yeah.
handed a salmon or an apple.
Like what they said they're
Stuff
gonna
one
do,
side or the other.
what they said they're gonna do is they're just gonna move me on down the line, like all the way to the end. So I'll get all of
That's a good thing.
the thing.
What does
exactly.
the end mean?
The end, well, it starts with salads, and then it goes to the middle cook, and then it goes to, well, then there's me, Kyle, he's the middle cook, and then we have Tyler next to him, he's chef, he, kind of inspects everything, he helps Kyle what he needs to be doing. And, then we have Chris, he does deep fryer paninis, all the sandwich and stuff. But, it's really cool, like Tyler was telling me the other day that once you work in here long enough, it's kind of like a dance when you're on the line, because you don't even have to look where the things are, you can just kind of know where they are, because it's such a small place. Like Kyle's very good at that, he can just look everywhere and just kind of go behind his back, and he yells at you if you steal his towel. So, he says like never steal a man's towel or something.
Words to live by.
What are some of the things that are maybe most different than what you might have expected before you got into the restaurant business, I'll say, having gone to a restaurant, now being in the kitchen? What are the things that strike you as most different than what you might have thought?
The things that strike me that were so different than I probably would have thought is that when I was little, I used to eat in restaurants all the time, and I thought it was just, you know, go back there and cook. I didn't know that there was any speed to it. I didn't know that it was like hot or anything. I mean, I knew it was hot, but you can catch my drift. But I didn't know it was going to be very adrenaline rushing. There was like a big adrenaline factor to it, especially when Rob Landolfi and Dennis Pierce are standing right behind you, which are the head guys there, head guys for UConn. You know, watching you do your thing. So it's like, it's great. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that stressful, but it's stressful.
Was that in Whitney or John Noggy's?
Oh, Chuck and Oggies. They weren't observing me, they were just observing the kitchen.
Okay.
So, but I was there, so I was kind of, everyone was kind of like, yeah. But, yeah. Alright. Let me go on to my LTI project now. When I was an intern at the dining hall this past year, for trimester 3, I came up with a project for, I was gonna hold a whole plan and cook a Mexican feast there, because that's my favorite thing to cook, because it's easy and it tastes really good. So I got 3 recipes off the internet. I got pork fajitas, Mexican rice, and chili, turkey chili. The recipe I actually got from was Marcus Samuelsson. He's like a famous chef from Sweden or something. And I went into Whitney the next day. I handed them to all the gyms. There's 3 gyms there. They're all head guys, and they gave me the okay. And Jim Beal said we needed one more recipe, and he says he'll figure that out because he has one in his books with him, and he came up with burritos, which is good. He has a good burrito recipe, and then the next day we started prepping things. The next Thursday after that, prepping things. There was a lot of prep for the fajitas, but there was like no prep for the chili or the Mexican rice, because all you had to do for the Mexican rice and the chili was just the chili's all canned stuff like beans and stuff. We already had turkey ordered, so we chopped that up, maybe ground it up and threw it in. I'll get to that in a second. I'm kind of rambling on about things right now. But anyway, for the fajitas, I cut 40 pounds of pork loin into strips, which was a really messy job. I had to trim all of the fat off the pork. Yeah, I don't like raw meat either, Taylor. And put that in like a bucket or whatever, and then I had to cut it all into strips, 40 pounds of it in a big plastic bin, and marinate it with fajita seasoning for 2 days. I put it in the walk-in, the cook's box.
Did you make the seasoning too?
No, they just have fajita seasoning.
Okay.
It's just a bunch of spices.
Yeah.
Fajita seasoning is good too because it has cornstarch in it, and when you cook it, it makes it all thick and nice. So, and as I was doing that, one of the chefs, Kathy, was preparing some peppers and onions for it, which was good, big help because there's a lot of food for that. And we kept all the food after that, obviously, in a refrigerator for 2 days. So, and Jim told me he didn't want to do anything with he didn't want me to do anything with beans that couldn't be made the day before because beans go bad really fast. So, yeah. Cooking the fajitas was actually probably the easiest thing because all I did is I got the flat top grill on high, put all my vegetables on and the meat, and sauteed those up until they were nice and soft and cooked through. Put them in a hotel pan with some seasoning sauce and mix it together, and then put it on tortillas and sent it upstairs. It was probably the easiest job to do.
Did you cook everything ahead of time, or were you cooking the whole?
I was cooking as they were yelling at us to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have a speaker and they kind of just yell down and ask me what to do.
Eat more food or whatever.
Yeah. So, this was the easiest one. All we did is I made a serrano onion and tomato sauce, and what we were gonna do is when we put the rice in the hotel pan, you fill it up with water and put the sauce on it, and you cook it. And you put it in a steamer for like 20 minutes or however long it needs to cook. Rice isn't going to cook that long. So.
What is serrano?
Serrano is a really hot pepper. It's like jalapeno times 10.
Wow.
But
That's my last name. That's my
Wait.
friend's last name.
really,
Yeah.
it's sweet.
How do you know how much to put in if it's hot like that?
We only put like 2 in, 2 for the whole thing because they're really hot. And even last night when I was making the salsa, I was doing jalapenos with bare hands. I was just kind of like de-seeding them with my thumb, and I got my skin started burning right here. But serrano is like times 10. It's really
Serrano peppers is what we make
the green ones.
yeah, the green salsa tostada.
They're crazy.
Yeah, I haven't actually tried it, but I don't know if I
What you
would.
don't want to eat is a ghost pepper. Those are.
Yeah.
I heard ghost peppers are illegal in some places. The chili was probably the longest part because I had to literally start on that right when I got into to LTI. There's a big kettle for pasta, and it's like this big bowl looking thing. And I threw the turkey in with garlic and spices, and I cooked that all up. And I put the canned goods like the tomato paste and the tomato sauce, the crushed tomatoes in, and put some more chocolate in. And because it called for chocolate, it's kind of like a mole kind of thing. And then I covered it up and let it simmer for 45 minutes.
Why would you put chocolate?
Some Mexican recipes call for chocolate.
Do you know why? What does chocolate do to the recipe?
It cuts down on the spiciness. I would
Do you
think on the
taste the
acidity.
chocolate?
The acidity.
Do you taste the chocolate in the recipe?
Yeah, a little bit. Not too much though.
And it's bittersweet chocolate powder, right? Not sweet. Bittersweet.
You know. Yeah.
It's not like chocolate.
Yeah, it's not like chocolate.
Yeah, the other unexpected spice there is cinnamon. I wouldn't have thought that.
Really? Yeah, I don't know. A lot of recipes call for that. I was kind of shocked at first too. So.
It would make sense. If people put cinnamon in their like tomato sauce and stuff. So
Yeah.
they usually have to.
Yeah. Some people put it in Indian food, but yeah. That was the chili. That was the longest part. It was
I'm
kind of
glad
really
you
nice.
should try this to make it at home.
Yeah. I should
But
make
it's
some very
like
nice.
chili, but it's never turkey.
Yeah. I got some positive feedback. It was my last day at LTI, there for LTI when I did it. And after it was all done, I was making brownies with Kathy, and she said that I did a really good job, and she thought all the food was good. Except for the rice, because the rice was really bland. I'm going to work on that.
Why do you think it was?
Because we cooked it in water.
Yeah.
I think we should have cooked it in chicken broth or something like that.
Yeah.
We would have made it 10 times better. Yeah, Jim told me, I think did he fill out a rubric? I think he might give it.
An assessment form?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
He did, yeah, alright, I haven't seen it, but, I guess I'll just have to read that later, but he told me in person that he thinks I did really good. He thought it was a big project. He thought I handled it very well. And he's proud that I got everything out in time. He wasn't very stressed out. He was really calm and mellow when he's very just like, whatever. He's really chill. He's really patient when it comes to like stuff like that.
So were you the boss or was he that thing?
I was the boss. I was Gordon Ramsay, yeah. I was yelling at
That's
people.
cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask a very similar question. So when somebody needed to take over and do some of the rice, were you the guy that said, you know, I need you over there and you over there, and where are my peppers at?
Yeah.
Things like that.
I don't like doing that, I guess.
Okay.
'Cause I'm short.
Did it become more comfortable as the day progressed and you saw people doing what you needed them to do? Did the power?
It all worked faster, yeah. It was kind of just like an assembly line. It was really good.
So as far as the big picture goes,
Mhm.
as you have to do this again, because you will have to, if nothing else, Chuck and Augie's gonna be in charge of the 11, but it's gonna be this size, but what would you do differently? Or how would this go even more smoothly next time?
I'd probably calm myself down a little bit to make it go more smoothly because it was my first time and I was kind of trying to rush things and I was stressed out.
Excuse me, John, we have to go to Ashley's exhibition at Annie Bitten.
Oh, okay.
I have.
Good luck. You finished the rubrics? Or what- yeah. Okay.
You didn't get to try the salsa.
I know.
Oh, wait,
I'll make some more. I'll make some more.
Down here.
Thank you.
You're down here. Iron Chef. You just want to let you go.
Alright. Now I'm gonna let you try the mango salsa. I'll explain it as I'm passing it around. This is what it looks like. Pretty much.
Is that one that you made, or?
Yeah, except it doesn't have red onion in it. It has green. It has scallions in it, which are, you guys know what scallions are, right? They're like the green tube looking things. Just chop them. Here, how about instead of here, I'll just. You want to use a glove and then you like pass it down or whatever. 'Cause I don't know how many chips. Okay. Alright, almost good.
Yeah.
Maybe serve it for the inside.
These are like the stretchiest ones I've ever worked with.
Oh, let me see this.
For warning you, this might be pretty spicy.
He's got my plates. We got plates,
Yeah,
we got napkins.
it's good. Oh, you did?
There are napkins?
Yep.
Yeah, we got them.
Oh, of course.
How about that?
There you go.
And I have the recipe for it too, and I'll pass that around as we go.
So it's like there's a number of cooks in the family. You
Yeah.
enjoy cooking.
I'm the first,
You enjoy cooking.
well, Tim worked in a restaurant. You were my
Grandmother's
You
the
have
mentor, really.
Cook. Chef.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna warn you guys, it might be kind of spicy because there's one jalapeno pepper in it. I can smell it already, but, and it's kind of sat in the fridge overnight.
Okay, so I've had nothing to eat yet today. Is it gonna burn my stomach out?
Yeah, for you, Mom, probably.
Because it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't taste the pepper.
Even I. So,
And I know you like spicy.
how much of an interest is this based on your family as opposed to an interest of your own? Can you even distinguish those?
I mean, as like this type of food interest?
Cooking, culinary
Oh,
interest. Is this a
yeah.
result of?
Cooking has been around me since I was little, because my parents and my grandparents.
Because you've been eating since you've been little?
Yeah, pretty much. And
Was his mom?
I just and
Before that.
my grandparents have been cooking ever since I was little. I don't know if I helped.
Good.
Mom, did I help cook when I was a little kid?
Oh, yeah. I've been cooking with you since you were old enough to stand on the food. Mostly it was baking, of course, but
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
in the
which
back.
I'm the baker.
Mom does sweets, Grandma does savories.
Yeah.
Kyle, I got you, bro.
So it's sort of a nature nurture question. I don't know if you can distinguish.
Oh, this is good. I love the contrast of
Cilantro in there.
flavors. I love mangoes.
Yeah, sure. I'll get one for Kyle. Now, if you guys could just like pass around the recipe if you want.
Which is the hot, is it good, tomato? Which is, okay, is that the hot pepper, the green stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then salt.
So I know.
Is it crazy?
Cilantro. I can taste the cilantro, it tastes like salt.
You don't like one.
Well, I like it, but not, regular.
Too much cilantro is
Spicy?
soapy, yeah.
Ian and I love you.
Well, my first garden this year, pretty much.
I feel like the Joker was
Oh,
the
yeah.
half suit,
So
the
does
half suit
cilantro.
kind of look. I feel like Michael Jackson actually with this.
Nice.
Right.
Get out of here. I'm
Oh.
like, I'm eating this for breakfast.
Nice.
It is about the bone.
Oh,
You like Mexican food, right?
Napkins.
Napkins on my bad.
I've got some right here. Oh.
This is why I'm not a waiter. Because I don't know what I'm doing.
You're gonna have instead?
Yep.
Then he would do it all.
Oh, lime juice, okay, I thought I tasted that.
You need,
Lemon juice too. And some lime zest.
You wanna pass this recipe over to your,
what's
other
the salsa?
Sure.
panel members here? By the way, Brad told me he was bummed that he was not gonna be able to sample this morning.
Who did?
Brad,
Oh, yeah.
they're
Save
saving some.
Yeah, he's at an appointment, right?
Yeah, well, there's.
I don't know where he, oh, he's good.
So, yeah. I'm gonna show you some knife skills for a second. Well, yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'm gonna show you how to julienne a pepper. I mean, too bad this is already cut open, so I can't show you how to cut it
What
open.
does julienne mean?
Julienne means either, depending on different things, it's cut into strips or slice.
Where's the name come from?
I actually don't know. I think it's a French name. Like chiffonade, you know what that is?
Yep. I don't know what it is, I've heard the term.
Chiffonade is like if you had basil leaves, you stack them from biggest to highest, biggest to smallest, and you roll them up and you slice them.
Oh.
Yeah, I just learned that the other day. Alright. So, I'm gonna show you how to julienne a pepper. Taylor, can you see?
Yeah, I'm the one that needs to watch this.
Alright. So, I'm gonna cut it in half first because it makes it easier. And julienne is cutting it into strips or slicing it, so I'm gonna cut it this way, the long way. So, just kind of do that. And I'm not doing the technique right with my hand holding it, because I'm supposed to use a bear claw hand like this, so you don't cut your fingers off, but
And do you think it'd be a good idea to practice that so that you get comfortable with it?
probably. I just don't
You know,
understand, I just don't understand how to do it.
Developing bad habits as opposed to good ones.
You're not gonna cut a hole in your table, right?
No, this is so this is what julienne is.
I'm told that's a cutting board.
You guys wanna eat it?
I have faith in you.
I'll move.
So why is this called julienne? Where does this come from?
I actually-
Anything about that?
I don't, I just know how to do it.
Okay, I think,
French word.
I'm thinking
Yeah, it is a
maybe
French
it's a little thick for julienne. Maybe julienne is better than that. But the
Yeah.
knife still works, that's much better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That, cause that kind of cord is not
Yeah.
the greatest.
It's slipping too.
Yeah, I'm not good at that, obviously, but
No, but that's much better.
You
And
showed
then-
me how to julienne a carrot at home. And
Yeah, you
it's
gotta
like a
cube it.
straight piece.
The
It's a
same-
cubed,
same process.
thin, well, no, because with a carrot, they're round, so you have to square them up. And he
Oh.
showed me how he squared it up, he cut all the round pieces off.
and for those of you that don't know what dicing is just cutting it this way after. This would be 1/4 of dice right here. Just
Okay.
kind of cubes like that.
And
I don't
what's mincing?
Mincing is literally just going ham and just chopping it until it's really tiny. You ever seen like garlic in that jar? That's like tiny little pieces of garlic. That's minced. That's called minced garlic. So minced pepper is just, there's minced pepper in the salsa. But even though minced would be kind of a little smaller than that, so you kind of
See, holding your knife on the
Things out of the
plate
way.
Yep. I hold my knife on the blade. I learned this actually when I got the Chuckanoggies. I used to hold it like this. Most people hold it like that. You're
Yeah.
not supposed to hold a chef's knife like that. You're supposed to pinch it and wrap your 3 fingers around it. And this knife is not the best for that because it has this things in the way, the hand guard. But I make it work, so we'll do it.
I've never used a knife like
No better control that.
Also, if you,
This knife isn't big to me.
try holding your hand up to your
on top
left
of it.
hand on top of the blade.
Mm.
While you're.
Well, yeah, for the mincing.
While you're mincing. There you go.
Probably better. Yeah, that's what minced is, just tiny little things. Any more questions? Any more things you want me to do? With this? Sharpening a knife. I don't have a sharpener with me, but I can explain how to do it. If you've ever seen the guys do it with the hand sharpener, hold on. They have if you ever see one of those hand kind of sword looking things like a baton, what they do is, I've heard many different ways, but people hold it like flat down or like on a little bit of a tilt, but it actually doesn't sharpen your knife if you do that. It actually kind of just sharpens the side. Which one do is really almost point it, not straight down, but almost kind of straight down. And you kind of run it, because a knife's blade is literally like this, microscopically. And you want to sharpen it one side so it comes in like that, and the other side so it comes in like that. But if you sharpen too much one side, it's just going to bend like that. So you just kind of want to do it equal many times on each side.
Okay, I was gonna say, how would you know? Visually, could you say that, or
No. You just kind of have to feel for it.
feel?
Like if you want to pass this around and feel it. Do you want it?
No, I mean, I'm sure we've all felt it sharp.
If you want, I'll take your knives today.
Yeah, I have
You
another
can get them
one.
home. You can definitely get them home and take them the bus.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have my
You can't bring
parent.
those on the bus.
yeah, I appreciate that discretion that he's showing.
Your salt and.